Hi, Kai Jacobson here for LifeWave. Today I'm going to talk about handling objections. One of the most difficult things for most new distributors when they get involved with LifeWave is to handle what I call difficult questions that people ask. And I have a really simple, foolproof, wonderful technique that you can learn in this video within a few minutes that will handle any objection that anybody has about the products or the business with LifeWave. It's actually just a miracle way of working with it. I learned it from somebody about 15 years ago, and it totally transformed my business into a whole nother level. So if people ask the normal kind of question, which puts you right on the spot, like, I don't have enough money to do this business, or I don't have the time to do this, or is this one of those things, one of those pyramid schemes? You're going to hear quite a few different objections, but actually probably most of them are going to fall into one of 10 different ones. Those are being the primary. Probably 80% of the objections you're going to hear is, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't believe in the product, or is it one of these pyramid type of schemes? That's almost always what the objections are going to be. And my favorite way to answer that question, and I work with this every time, is I say, that's exactly why we're having this conversation. Or, I'm so glad you asked that, because that's exactly why we're having this conversation. And what it does, it's kind of like a keto. It turns the whole thing around. Most people are expecting you to get reactive, like, oh, well, it's not that expensive, or it doesn't take any real time. And then you get into this ricochet type of defensive attack conversation with people. Never goes anywhere, because you're locking people into their point of view. But if you do kind of the Aikido thing, where you kind of turn it around and put it in their face and say, that's exactly why we're having this conversation, I'm really glad you asked that question, they're going to go, oh, I didn't expect that. So if they say, let's say for instance, I don't have enough money to do this is just too expensive, my response to that is, let's say I was talking to John, I'll say, John, I'm so glad you said that. That's exactly why we're having this conversation. And they goes, what? What do you mean? And I go, well, if you don't have enough money in your life to pay for this, let's say we're talking about the IceWave pain product because they're in pain. If you don't have enough money to pay for this product, then there's something really serious that we have to address here and really look at. And what's beautiful about LifeWave, it has a business opportunity attached to it. And if I could show you a way where you're making enough money to cover your product every month for free, would that be of interest to you? Because it would change the quality of your life. And actually, if we want to get into it in a deeper way or more sincere way, you could be making some nice extra money every month. And wouldn't that be a very important thing for you? Because obviously that's why we're in this discussion right now. And they go, wow, I really never looked about it. And then we have so many different ways that we can help them, because the tax benefits, if they're just in a regular job, we can show them instantly in the first month by having a home-based business, they can get their product for free and actually be in profit, because they're having a great tax benefit from having a home-based business. And there's tapes on that. So the way I handle objections is to not butt heads with people, but to say, I'm really glad you asked that question. That's exactly why we're having this conversation. If someone says, I don't have enough time to do anything like this, I'll say, that's exactly why we're having this conversation. If I could show you a way where I could help you create a lot more free time in your life, would that be of value to you? And by asking that question, someone who says, I don't have enough time, that has a lot of value in their life. So I teach them about residual income, and I say LifeWave has this wonderful opportunity where you're building truly residual income from creating a network, and you're not just trading what I call dollars for hours, but you're building a network that over time you can get great residual income, and it creates freedom for time. And about the pyramid scheme thing, again, great question. I'm so glad you asked that. That's exactly why we're in this conversation. This is not a pyramid scheme. At that point, then I get into that. I say it's very simple. Pyramid schemes have no product or no service attached to them. They're just money games where you put money in and you're hoping to move to the top. And when you get to the top, you get paid. Always someone else is going to lose some money. If you receive money, that money has to come from somewhere. We're a traditional business. We're offering a wonderful, life-changing product There's regular commissions attached to it. It's just a very creative pay plan that has leverage to it, and where you can make a little bit on a lot of people's efforts. Everyone has that same open book opportunity. It's not a pyramid scheme at all because we have a true product that we're just selling, and there's commissions that are paid in a creative way. And that's entirely different than a money game or money scheme where there's no product or service. And that's how I explain that away. So we really have something very special to offer people. And if you can handle objections in a gentle, creative way, a lot of people will get very excited about working with you.